Hi everyone, and welcome to Learn Science with me, your mentor, Doria. The human body. Week 2, Bones. In this lesson, we will do some fun fact quizzes, learn about the purpose of our skeleton and the different bones that make up our skeleton. There will be lots of fun activities, and at the end, there will be a few suggestions of other activities you can do at home. Let's dive right in with a fun facts quiz about skeletons. Many animals have skeletons, including us humans. Our skeleton supports and protects our body and helps us to move around a lot. Our skeletons are made up of lots of different bones. The question is though, how many bones make up a human skeleton? Is it A, 173, B, 58, or C, 206? I'll give you a moment to think about this. 3, 2, 1. That's right, the answer is C. Human skeletons are made up from a whopping 206 bones. That's pretty amazing. Our skeletons are a very important part of the human body, and it has many important functions. For example, the skeleton helps to support the body, protect internal organs, and it also helps us move around. A good way of thinking of the purpose of the skeleton is like a house being built. In order to build a sturdy house, you need a sturdy frame, like the wood in this example. If there was no wood to support the floors or the roof of this house would not be able to stand. The same can be said for animals and their skeletons. If we humans didn't have our skeletons, for example, we would just collapse. Let's move on to our first activity, learning by assembling. In this box, you will see the outline of a person. Outside of this box, you can see all the different bones that make up the human skeleton. One by one, what we are going to do is choose the correct bones to put in the correct part of the body. Are you ready? Let's begin. Starting from the top of the person, which bone do you think goes here, inside our head? Take a look at all the different options and pick the one you think is correct. Feel free to pause the video and have a go. I'll give you a moment to think about it. Three, 2, 1. That's right, it's this bone here, which we call the skull. The skull is important because it protects our brain and supports all of the different muscles we have in our face. Which bone do you think goes here inside our chest? I'll give you a few moments to think about it, but please feel free to pause this video so you can give yourself a bit more time. 3, 2, 1. That's right, it's the rib cage here. The rib cage has a very important job, protecting organs like your lungs and heart. It also helps you to breathe and supports your upper body. Now, which bone do you think goes here, inside our hips? Three, 2, 1. That's right, it's the pelvis here. The pelvis has many roles, but its main role is to transfer weight from your upper body to your lower body, like when you stand up or sit down. This one is quite hard, but which bone do you think goes here, inside the upper part of our arms, close to our shoulders? Three, 2, 1. Well done, it's this bone here, which we call the humerus. The humerus is the largest bone in your upper body. Some of the muscles in your arm attach onto this bone, which helps you to move your hands and elbow. Now, which bone do you think goes here, inside the lower part of your arm, just below your elbow? Three, two, one. That's right, it's these bones here. The forearm is actually made up of two bones, the radius and the ulna. On this diagram here, the radius is this bone and the ulna is this bone. Which bone do you think goes here, inside our hands? 3, 2, 1. Correct, it's these bones over here. Many bones make up your hands. Do you know how many bones are in each of your hands? Have a guess if you're not too sure. The answer is 27. There are 27 bones in each of your hands. These bones are divided into 3 main groups. Which bone do you think goes here, inside our thigh? 3, 2, 1. That's right, it's these bones here, which are known as the femur. The femur, also known as the thigh bone, is actually the largest bone in your body and is very important in weight bearing and stability. Now, which bone do you think goes here, inside the lower part of our legs? 3, 2, 1. That's right, it's these bones here. The lower part of your leg is actually made from 2 bones, known as the tibia, which is also known as your shin bone and found more towards the front of your leg, and the fibula, which is also known as your calf bone, which is found more towards the back of your leg. And finally, the bones that go on our feet must be these ones here. Like your hands, your feet are also made up of many bones. In each of your feet, you have a total of 26 bones. These bones are divided into 8 different groups. Now we have built our skeleton. Well done, everyone! It's not just people who have skeletons, other animals do too. Let's do a learning by matching activity now. Here we have pictures of 3 different animals. We have a frog at the top, then a cow, and finally a dolphin at the bottom. Here you will also see the skeleton of the animals, but which skeleton belongs to which animal? What I would like you to do is try and match the skeleton with the correct animal. Feel free to pause the video and have a go, but I'll give you a moment to try it. 3, 2, 1. This is the skeleton of the frog. This is the skeleton of the cow. And this is the skeleton of the dolphin. Well done, guys. Now, let's practice. Let's move on to a learning by labeling activity. At the side of the box, you will see 4 labels: the skull, the ribcage, the pelvis, and the humerus. What I would like you to do is match the correct label to the pictures you see in the box. So, do the images show you the skull, the ribcage, the pelvis, or the humerus bone? I'll give you a moment to think. Three, 2, 1. That's right, the image here is the skull, and the image here is the pelvis. Well done, everyone. Our final activity today will be this learning by word searching. Here we have 3 pictures of bones that we have talked about today. In this word search, we have the names of these 3 bones. What I would like you to do is try and find the names of the bones in the word search. The words might be going up or down, left to right or diagonally across. This might take a bit of time, so feel free to pause this video to have a go at this activity. Have you managed to do that? Great job, guys! Here we have the answers. This is the rib cage and the word was hiding here towards the bottom. This is a picture of the femur and the word could have been found here. And finally we have feet, which was hiding here. Great job, guys! That was quite a hard activity. Let's move on to our last fun facts quiz, which will be about bones. When you were first born, did you know you had 300 bones in your body? But as you grow up, do you think that the number of bones in your body increases, decreases, or stays the same? I'll give you a moment to think about that. Three, two, one. That's right, it actually decreases. As an adult, we only have 206 bones in our body. The reason why the number of bones in our body decreases as we grow up is because some of our bones fuse together. How interesting! If you have enjoyed this lesson, here is some more practice that you can do to learn even more about the bones in your body. This link will take you to this website, which should look like this. If you scroll down this page, you will find a video, a fill in the gaps exercise, and a quiz which you can do. This next link will take you to another website that looks like this. This website goes into a lot more detail than I have talked about today. You can take a skeleton and bone quiz by clicking here. You can also click on one of these 4 icons over here, which will take you to another web page where you can find out more about it. For example, clicking on bone takes you to this web page. On the left, you can see a little more information about the living bone, and clicking on these black circles with a white border around it will give you even more information about that label. For the reflective activity, I suggest watching this video about your superskeleton. The link to it can be seen here below. This quick video recaps some of the information we have learnt today, as well as tells you some new and cool facts which I think you will find interesting. The most important thing, however, is to have fun. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of this lesson. I hope you have had as much fun as I have. I look forward to seeing you all in our next lesson together.